Try this one, good soul. There's a problem when people take fictional books and publications and become an expert in the book's information and then treat it as if that's literal, that it's not fiction literature. And so they become an expert on the book's information and are spreading the information around as if the book is literal history. This is the case with many Bible scholars and authors, is that they learn all about the Roman concept of crucifixion, for example, and they only get the information from what's recorded in the Bible. They never actually go to the archaeological evidence and other scientific fields to learn the truth that the Romans didn't use crosses. They used poles. Holland pulled that stunt and quoted from Talmage. Who pulled that stunt? His whole Jesus the Christ? It's all information already contained in the scriptures about Jesus Christ. And he treats it all as literal, and we all think that he must be an expert because he uses big words that we don't understand and have to use a dictionary to look up and know the meaning of. No, come on. He does not do any study and research on the subject matter. He only reads and is able to parrot what he read. And everybody thinks, wow, he's so smart. And so the whole concept of a cross, he has no clue that it refers to the star date given by John in the book of Revelation, chapter 19, where the third day of darkness crosses over America from the one we had on 21st of August 2017, the first day of darkness. These are the latter days because of the prophecy of the star dates for it. And as I've told you over and over again, if the church wants to be their own religion, fine. I don't care. I won't be a critic if they choose to be a separate, distinct religion. But because they use Joseph Smith, the 192nd semi-annual, that means they went back to Joseph Smith with the first conference of his in 1830. And it's not Joseph's church. It's a completely different church, completely different doctrine. They're turning Joseph into a Christian. They made Jesus his Christ. One of them, again, reiterated that Bednar, I think it was, that Jesus appeared to Joseph Smith. He lied. Joseph Smith calls Constantine's creation of Jesus an abomination. And here the prophet of Jesus is telling us that he's real. He lied. He deceived. And it's with malicious intent, which somebody else also talks about. And so these denials of history, these denials of science, are hurting Mormons and causing Mormons to be filled with hate, as they too have turned Jesus or Joseph Smith into Christian, as they attack people like me for pointing out the truth, because their prophet said so, and therefore I'm lying. They will not study to learn the truth that the prophets are lying to them. They only read and hear what they are told to read and hear, and that's it. Everybody else who speaks critically or contrary, be damned. And so this is anti-Semitic when you turn a Jew into a Christian. We have a Mormon who had, back in decades ago, who knew the names of the Holocaust victims and was baptizing them for the dead over and over again. It was brought to the attention of the Jews. There was a specific person who made sure to check the church's temple rituals and noticed that was being done. Kept coming to the church over and over again. You cannot baptize our people. And the church would take them down and null the baptisms. This guy would then go and baptize them again, over and over again. That's a hate crime. You're not loving them by going against their wishes, taking away their agency, disrespecting their religion. And that's what Mormons do to Joseph and to the Book of Mormon. We show our disrespect, we show our hate towards Joseph and the Book of Mormon when we say, oh, he's Christian. Jesus, another testament. It's hate. Vile, despicable, disgusting hate. So I finished saving the Nelson video. So bear with me as we get it uploaded here. It's a very long title, but it's necessary because of the algorithm of YouTube. So let's see. Yeah, no ascension. Anybody knows that? Remember, in my generation, we were all about ascension of Jesus Christ. Ascension. Jesus Christ ascended. That's why we don't have the cross. And Holland gets up and tells his story. Although it has nothing to do with ascension. It's resurrection. Oh my God. What happened to this church that I was born and raised into? It is so hinge pointing away from what I used to know. Okay, it's now starting to lower down. Contradictory messaging is now down to 121 views. I should be getting a lot more views than what I'm getting, but they shut my channel down because they knew that Conference always gives me lots of views. And so, yeah, that should scare all of you. Because who's the one deity who never ascends? Give you a hint. Isaiah talks about him in the Latin Vulgate text. And it's in the Book of Mormon from the Latin Vulgate text. Now, Lucifer. Oh, we got 2 notifications. Why are you over there? Did I not? I'll deal with you later. Quit finding videos where I didn't hold all comments for review. But it is well liked, despite the hindered algorithm. 6 thumbs up on that video. So 7 likes versus 17 thumbs down. Yep, and it's over 1.3K. It actually is 1.4K because it's not able to keep up. It's 1,432 views already. This is how normally I should be getting views on a regular basis, but it requires Conference now because of the abuse Mormons are giving me through YouTube. see, is Nelson. Yep, Nelson declares. Dear God. Oh, it was over 100 letters. So it's Confere. Alright. We'll just summarize it down to conf. And then get the picture. Oh my God. So have you noticed, those of you who are asking for a playlist for the month, I now have October 2022 for the month playlist, along with the others that I'm using. Anybody taking advantage of that? No? Bednar, when I get to the parable part that he's talking about. Wow. He does not understand what he's saying to you guys. And you guys are not watching my videos from what I've said about that. Alrighty, 22 minutes for it. Alright. Apostolic witness of the living Jesus. I already talked about that. Alright, so Sister Dennis, first counselor in the Relief Society, she said, God is angry at LGBTQ. Did you guys catch it? And so she talks about misunderstanding the wounded, refers to the LGBTQ as wounded, and that God is angry with you because you're going against your nature. This is what the church does to people. Turns them into haters. Turns them into violent, evil haters. Because then you say, well, I need to treat you like God is angry with you. I need to treat you like you murdered our Jesus 2,000 years ago. This is where holy wars get started. So Gong. I did the video where I went over Gong has a doctorate in philosophy. He knows the argument. He knows how to argue correctly, using logic, not fallacy. He knows the Socratic method. He knows. He has a doctorate. He didn't use the religion card, did he? Apparently he did. Like my brother used the religion card for his sociology doctorate. In his thesis paper, the University of Michigan was not going to pass it for him. Not going to give him his doctorate. Because he didn't follow the lessons he'd been taught. And he pulled the religion card on him. But, I mean, dear God, where he says, Jesus has perfect knowledge, mercy, and justice. That's one of the arguments against Jesus, is that Christians claim he's omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, and all-loving. And the argument is set up so that there's no way such a being could exist. But you didn't need that. Constantine created him from the Nicene Creed, Nicene Council. And that's where it ends. Jesus is that creation. Constantine created the Word, created his nature and character, and that's all you need to know. But nonetheless, philosophers want to show how smart they are. But then you get Christians who think, oh yeah, the clockmaker, the watchmaker. No. Fallacy argument. Dismiss it. Come up with something else. No, it works. No, it's a fallacy argument. You can't use it. No, Jesus is real. So again, the repeating of temple covenants over and over in this session specifically. Temple covenants, covenant path. It's the loyalty oaths, guys. I shouldn't have to keep repeating all these information for you in every single video, because there's just too much to put in every single video.
Storage is open.
And so Jesus' resurrection, Jesus' atonement, not ascension. No ascension. Lucifer's the only one who doesn't ascend. And they will not say Jesus ascended. It's always resurrected. That's as far as he goes. And he talks about, with the perfect knowledge crap, that he needs to have his doctorate removed. He says that those who knowingly are wicked, he says they'll get punished in the afterlife. By Jesus. The wicked don't care about that. Yeah, ooh, okay, I'll stop. Yeah, that kind of a threat doesn't scare them. You have to punish them now in life so that they will not do it. It's just so frustrating. We have a bad justice system. And so we need to like Jesus with temple work for others. Become like Jesus by doing temple work for others. And again, that's the temple covenants. Forcing people who don't want to be. And the golden rule. But it shows a contempt for other people and other religion. Satati also used the false argument that Christians use in philosophy debates, that he misunderstood the scripture in the Book of Mormon talking about the heavens witness that there is a creator. That's not what they're talking about. They're talking about the signs in the heavens teaching about the creator. That's what they're talking about. And I've gone over with you, Yah, the Hebrew God, is the Z of Zeta of Greek, which comes from the Egyptian of heaven and earth being divided. Creation story in Genesis chapter 1. That is Yah. He's even named there in the text when you correctly translate the biblical Hebrew text. Because Joseph Smith in King Follett Discourse says it's not correct. And nobody's ever figured it out. Everybody says he's wrong. I figured it out. I deciphered Paleo-Hebrew. He's right. Joseph Smith is a translator. The prophets won't be translators. The president of the church won't be a translator. And oh dear God, he botched translation so badly. But nonetheless, it has to do with signs in the heavens. And so his new name, after completing the work on earth, just like Jacob becomes Yah, Prince of God, not let God prevail, he becomes Yahweh. Genesis 2, verse 4. Yahweh of Elohim, of the intelligences, that were created before the world was. And so Stati doesn't understand that. And so that's why there's signs in the heavens for the latter days. They're supposed to warn Mormons, hey, remember this scripture? Ta-da! We just had a scripture that I went over with you concerning Andromeda, Clash of the Titans, Perseus, White Horse, ring any bells? Concerning David slaying Goliath. You know, meteor showers. What did Joseph put in his sling that flew through the air like a meteor? A rock. They're prophecies after the learning of the Jews, all about the latter days. And they know the latter days because it's 2014 or 17. 14 was the Tetrad pre-show with the deaths of Mormon apostles. And then 2024. That's the latter days. And everybody in Scripture knew it. And all prophecies are supposed to happen within those years. And that's why I'm worried about what Nelson just announced, because he just declared that the false prophet, John in Revelation, is going to perform miracles to deceive the people. He just declared it. God. And so, yeah, we thank thee, O God, for a prophet, not a seer. Isn't a seer greater than a prophet? I'm concerned about Lund. He's a young men's president talking about Saturday girls. Stay away from the girls. But again, he talks about a living prophet, a living seer, and gathering Israel. As Nelson, they replaced the man like Moses. That's Joseph Smith's Christ. And the church has replaced him. They replaced Joseph Smith's church as Christian. They replaced the Book of Mormon as a testament of Jesus. Now they've replaced Joseph Smith's Christ with the Book of Mormon, another testament of Jesus. And so there is no Zion, if you haven't caught on. Zion is wherever the Mormons are converted. And then he too, Covenant Path. So Bednar, he does not understand parables when he's talking about parables, but yet he does know he purposely misled you. He's trying to tell us that we need to be obedient because the king is coming. That we need to wear our magic underwear, be loyal to the Covenant Path, otherwise the penalty of death, which the intruder got, bound, cast into outer darkness. That's what he was trying to do for you, is to impress upon you what you've already been taught in the church against you. The truth is that 8 April 2024 is the wedding feast. And there's no temple. Why? Why is it not being built in the location where it's supposed to be built, at the crossroads between the two and latter-day eclipses? It's because Mormons did not go during the Exodus 2020. You missed it. Because, as Bednar pointed out, you were in open rebellion against Joseph Smith's man like Moses Christ. You did not seek him out. And so when he called out for you to go to the Exodus so that you can prepare for the wedding on 8 April 2024, you rebelled and you rejected his message. You did not go in the Exodus. That's the true parable meaning. Notice the highways. What's going to happen now that we know from prophecy? the United States is now going to be utterly destroyed. And so survivors from Utah are going to be wandering the highways, going back to the wrong location. But, yeah, you'll pick up survivors along the way. We now know the fulfillment of the parable because we're in it. These are the latter days. All the prophecies, all the parables are now made known to us because they're happening. We know it's the 23rd of September 2017 in Revelation chapter 12, verse 1, 2, and 5. Because it happened. We know that that's what Isaiah was talking about. A sign in the heavens, a virgin conceives and bears a son. His name's Emmanuel, not Jesus. It's from the house of El, of Superman. And you missed it. So, you chose not to be chosen. You are in open rebellion against Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon because you've misinterpreted it. You're following a different God that was raised up as an idol for you to worship. That's it, isn't it? And so then he said he's a witness of the living reality of Jesus. That Jesus appeared to Joseph Smith. Why don't you just spit on his grave and then burn it with a Jesus cross? That's how evil this church is.